Welcome to the deep dive. Ever just stop and think about what a single day's news, local news, can tell you about a city?
Yeah, not the big national stories, but the stuff that really shows you what life is like on the ground.
Exactly. Like if you could just take a snapshot of a place like Chiang Mai in Thailand, just through its daily headlines, what would you see?
Well, that's precisely what we're doing today. We've gathered the top 10 local news headlines from Chiang Mai, all from the last 12 hours or so, August 5th, 2025.
And it's quite a mix, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You've got everything from, really urgent crises and safety issues to shifts in the economy and even some long-term plans for the future. Our goal here is really to dig into this cross-section and pull out the key insights for you.
And the sources are pretty varied too, which gives us hopefully a solid picture. We're going to try and see how these pieces fit, understand the immediate challenges, sure, but also the economic situation and maybe where the city sees itself going.
Right, aspirations.
Okay, so let's peel back the layers of this fascinating city. Let's jump right into the immediate stuff, the things Chiang Mai is grappling with right now. First up, there's severe flooding.
Yes, the Ping River, it swelled past 4.7 meters, actually hit 4.75 meters.
Which is what, nearly a meter above the critical level?
Exactly. And reports say water is getting into hospital zones, displacing residents. It sounds serious.
And it's not just a one-off, right? They're still doing flood monitoring, reinforcing barriers after, was it Storm Wipha?
That's right. So it points to an ongoing vulnerability there.
Okay, so flooding is one major concern. What else?
Well, adding to the disruption, a sinkhole. It apparently opened up at the northwest corner of the city's Moat Road.
Oh, wow. So urgent warnings for drivers there.
Definitely. And then there's something really quite grave. A story headlined, "Three Schoolgirls Vanish."
Yeah, I saw that. That sounds awful.
It really does. Girls aged 7 to 9 disappeared from a school in the Mae Ai District.
Yeah.
Seems it was early morning, August 3rd.
Is there any information?
Just that CCTV caught them walking under umbrellas. Police are appealing for any leads from the public. It's just, yeah, a really stark reminder of the human side of these news items.
Absolutely heartbreaking. And rounding out the immediate security picture, there was also an arrest, an international one.
Yes, an Interpol fugitive.
Yeah.
A Swedish national, apparently arrested in quite an upscale villa in Chiang Mai.
So you've got flooding, a sinkhole, missing children, and an international fugitive arrest, all kind of hitting at once.
It really underscores the diverse pressures a city like Chiang Mai faces, doesn't it? Got environmental crises, local safety concerns, and even global security issues landing right on their doorstep.
It shows how complex managing a city is, balancing all these, well, very different kinds of urgent problems simultaneously. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Moving from those immediate crises to the economic side of things, there's a headline about tourism struggling.
Right, low season deepens tourism slump. It's just 2025 is turning out to be a particularly bleak year on that front.
Hotel occupancy keeps dropping, especially, it seems, from Chinese and domestic tourists.
That's what the report indicates.
Yeah.
Seems the usual low season dip is much more pronounced this year.
But here's something interesting I saw, a kind of counterpoint.
Oh, what's that?
Well, another headline, Thai Airways subsidiary sees recovery. Apparently, Thai Airways shares jumped because regional airline operations are bouncing back.
Huh. That is interesting. So flights are recovering, but hotels are still slumping.
Yeah. What do you make of that? Is there, like, a disconnect?
It certainly suggests one. Maybe air travel is picking up faster than the actual, on-the-ground tourism spending. Could be more people passing through or perhaps shorter stays. Maybe more budget-focused trips that don't fill up the hotels in the same way.
That makes sense. Less about long leisure stays, maybe?
Possibly. It's definitely a nuance worth watching.
Okay, so a mixed economic picture. But a city's pulse isn't just its economy, is it? There was some positive community news, too.
Ah, yes, the Miss Grand Chiang Mai news.
Right. Miss Grand Chiang Mai, crowned in national contest.
Was Ensayapaka super cool? She advanced to the top 32 in the Miss Grand Thailand pageant.
Yeah, bit of local pride shining through there. It's a different kind of headline altogether.
It shows another facet of the city, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Beyond the economic worries or the immediate crises.
Absolutely. And I think connecting these pieces is important. A city's economic health is vital, obviously, but it doesn't capture everything. There's culture, community spirit, celebrations. That stuff keeps going even when things are tough economically.
It speaks to resilience, maybe?
I think so. The overall vibrancy of the place.
All right, let's look forward now. Chiang Mai isn't just dealing with today's problems, it's also looking ahead. there are some pretty significant future-focused things happening.
Definitely. Like hosting a major sporting event.
Exactly. Chiang Mai gears up for Women's Volleyball World Championship. They're one of 4 hosts for the FIVB Championship later this month, August 22nd to September 7th.
And that kind of thing usually comes with infrastructure upgrades, local buzz, promotions. Yeah, it puts the city on an international stage in a different way.
And speaking of a bigger stage, that ties into another piece of news, the science investment.
Oh yeah, the radio telescope. Large radio telescope boosts regional research. That sounds pretty major.
It is. It's in the Nabaman Dam area, and apparently it's now ASEAN's largest radio telescope.
Wow. So what does that mean practically? Better astronomy, Earth monitoring?
Exactly. Significantly boost those capabilities. But what's really interesting, I think, is how this kind of investment positions Chiang Mai. It's becoming a hub for serious scientific research in the region.
That's a long-term vision, isn't it? Quite different from reinforcing flood barriers.
Completely different timescale and focus.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me. You have these immediate pressing needs, the floods, the safety concerns, and then you have these huge, ambitious projects like a world championship and a massive telescope. Is the city trying to do too much? Or is this diversification the smart play?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, there's always a risk of stretching resources thin when you're fighting fires on one hand and building for the decades ahead on the other.
Right.
But you could also argue that these investments are the strategy. They show foresight. It's about building a future identity for Chiang Mai as a place that's not just managing crises, but is also a center for international events, for culture, for cutting-edge science.
So it's a statement, like we're more than our current problems.
Precisely. A refusal to be defined solely by the immediate difficulties. It's quite bold, actually. So when we pull back and look at everything we've just talked about, this deep dive into just 12 hours of news, well, it paints a really complex picture of Chiang Mai.
Yeah, it really does.
You've got a city literally battling the elements with flooding, dealing with really concerning safety issues, navigating a tricky economic patch with tourism down.
But at the same time.
Exactly. At the same time, there's celebrating cultural wins like the beauty pageant and making these huge investments in future infrastructure, like for the volleyball championship and in science with that massive telescope.
It's kind of amazing how just a handful of headlines, stuff that might seem random on the surface, can give you such a detailed, almost like a microscopic view. You see the contradictions, the different forces at play.
It really moves beyond just a list of events. You start to see the dynamics.
So what does this all mean then? For Chiang Mai, I mean.
Well, that leads to the big question, doesn't it? You have all these seemingly disconnected things happening simultaneously. A river rising, a telescope scanning the stars, children missing, a pageant winner, an economic slump, an international arrest. How do all these threads actually weave together?
Like, how do they interact to shape where the city is actually heading?
Exactly. What are the hidden connections? You know, the interdependencies between dealing with a flood and funding a science project, or between community spirit and economic resilience. How might those connections influence Chiang Mai's story, its identity, its trajectory in the years to come?
It makes you wonder what underlying currents are really driving things beyond what you see in just one day's news.
It really does. How will these forces balance out and define Chiang Mai's path forward? Something to think about.